Everyone wants to get from point A to point B, but one particular transportation network has been a modern-day game-changer. Uber's success has created a huge shift in how people view transportation, even if the company has had a rough road getting there. This is Context TV. Before we begin, we publish new content all week long, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. Uber's origins are rooted in peer-to-peer models that were already familiar to founders Garrett Camp and Travis Kalanick. Neither were strangers to the fast-paced and stressful world of startups. The former made a name for himself with the peer-sourced web recommendation service StumbleUpon, while the latter made a nice profit selling his peer-to-peer sharing company Red Swoosh in 2007. The pair started their company under the moniker Uber Cab, which was initially only available for private luxury rides. But within a few short years, the Uber mobile app was well on its way to making ride-sharing part of our everyday lives. The idea of connecting riders with drivers is simple, and Uber's app makes it easy. Users just open the app on their smartphones and request a ride. Uber provides an ETA for the driver's arrival and even an estimated time. The ride's plate number, model, and driver name are listed, so there are no surprises. Camp and Kalanick faced an uphill battle from the get-go, however, thanks to the word cab in its name. A 2010 cease and desist order from the San Francisco Municipal Transportation Agency prompted the company's transition from Uber Cab to simply Uber. But this wouldn't be the last time cab drivers, owners, and unions came after the company. In fact, protests and physical confrontations quickly became the norm between Uber drivers and cabbies who felt that this upstart company was infringing on their turf. In some cities and countries, the company was slapped with temporary or permanent bans for unfair trading practices or unfair competition and insufficient background checks for drivers. Thanks to Uber's convenience and digital marketing strategy though, customers flocked to the company in droves. The company saw a huge expansion in popularity from 2011 to 2014, despite objections from cabbies and questions from lawmakers about how to properly and safely regulate this increasingly popular rideshare phenomenon.
You just said I'm sending an Uber for you in 90 minutes, so both of you.
It was also in spite of competition from Lyft, founded right on its heels in 2012, and numerous scandals and complaints about its practices. The designation of drivers as independent contractors, as opposed to employees, meant that they can be denied minimum wage and benefits such as health insurance or the right to properly unionize. In 2017, it was revealed that Uber had shortchanged New York City drivers tens of millions of dollars by calculating their cut without taking into account taxes and fees. Riders were also not happy with some of Uber's policies, particularly their practices of surge pricing. This is when ride rates rise substantially, utilizing a multiplier to charge riders more when they're requesting to be picked up at peak hours or busy nights such as New Year's Eve. Still, all was not lost for Uber, as the company saw success with further expansion of their business model into delivery. Hankering for a favorite meal from a restaurant that doesn't deliver? No problem. Launched in 2014, Uber Eats will bring that food to your door for a modest fee. Uber wasn't only receiving black eyes from riders and drivers, but also in the court of public opinion. In 2017, news leaked out about internal investigations into Uber's apparent culture of sexism and misogyny. Combative CEO Travis Kalanick became infamous for allegedly ignoring reports of sexual harassment and overseeing such troubling practices as passenger surveillance, competitor sabotage, and requesting that Uber's security team search through an employee's emails. All this and more resulted in Kalanick being ousted from his company in June 2017. Their problems were far from over, however. Also in 2017, it was revealed that a 2016 data breach had affected over 57 million customers and drivers. Uber had initially concealed the breach and in 2018 settled with the Federal Trade Commission to the tune of $148 million. That same year, a 2018 experiment with a self-driving car ended in a pedestrian death, resulting in Uber temporarily pulling self-driving cars from public roads. Uber's chaotic corporate culture aside, there was growing unrest on the ground as well. Drivers had truly had enough with what they viewed as unfair business practices and collaborated with union labor groups to go on strike from the company in the spring of 2019.
Drivers are not making nothing. Without driver, this company don't exist.
A ruling from New York State's Unemployment Insurance Appeal Board in July 2018 had set the wheel in motion for a showdown, stating in part that Uber drivers were employees eligible for unemployment benefits. New York was an important battleground, with over 80,000 recorded rideshare vehicles on the road in 2018, making it difficult for some drivers to be paired with riders. Drivers couldn't have timed their 2019 strike better, as Uber went public 2 days afterwards. The company's stock plummeted on the first day, dropping nearly 8% from its initial IPO of $45 a share. Don't worry about Uber too much, however. The company's public books promise over $8 billion on hand to market, grow, and adapt Uber in the years to come. Uber currently operates in over 60 countries, making it one of the de facto rideshare options for many on the go. The company still serves much of the world's business class as well, offering everything from standard sedans to SUVs. Innovations such as Uber Pool and Express Pool prove that the company hasn't run out of ideas about how to improve their services. Camp and Kalanick were decidedly bold when they took everything we thought we knew about hitching a ride and turned it on its head. Uber didn't ask permission from cab companies to see if they could operate in their world, but instead barged in and took their stake of the land by force. Granted, this doesn't ensure that Uber or its ride-sharing competition will become profitable companies in the future, and they still have a lot of past indiscretions to make up for. But any way you look at it, it seems that ride-sharing is here to stay.